celebrating pride through diversity. This is the Tampa Pride Diversity Parade, live from Ybor City.
Proudly sponsored by the Straz Center.
This Pride celebration is, we are here, we are open, we are gay, we are the LGBTQ community. No matter what you say, we will be here.
Celebrating truth, diversity, and love. Today, Tampa comes together to set an example for fun and inclusion.
Right now in Florida, this is a big step for the LGBTQ to show we have a voice, that we matter.
Hey guys, Lauren St. Germain here. We are broadcasting live from Ybor City. 7th Avenue is right behind me. The 8th year of Tampa Pride is kicking off. The Pride Parade is about to happen. It was supposed to start at about 4 o'clock. Should be happening any moment now. This is such an exciting day for Tampa Bay. We are currently right now at the future home of Big Storm Brewing and Tap Room. We have the best seat in the house. If you're not at the parade, stick with us for the next 2 hours because you are going to get to see everything coming right behind my shoulder. And let's give you a little bit of the parade route. So take a look at your screen right now. Like I said, it's going to be going down 7th Avenue. It's starting at the Nucio Parkway area, and it's going to go down 7 blocks to about 20th Street. Again, 7 blocks total. We're kind of in the middle-ish at 16th Street and 7th. And now this year is much larger than last year. Obviously last year a little bit scaled back because of COVID-19. This year there are more than 130 participants, and we're talking bands from high schools as well as the Pride Band, also elected leaders, community groups, really important places in the community. Law enforcement as well. We're going to see a presence from Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, TPD, as well as fire rescue. And guys, it's not just the parade. Things have been happening all week, and there's going to be even more happening tonight. There's a food truck alley happening near the Cuban Club. If you want to go out, it's open from 11 to 11. And then after the parade, it's Pride at night. There's a big concert at the Cuban Club. It's the official after party. It is going to be a blast, I am sure. And now, I need to bring in my co-host, Tyler Butler. He joined us last year, and we are so excited to have him back again this year. Papers flying all over the place.
Oh, no, I know. I'm so excited, and what a gorgeous day to be out and about with our friends here at ABC, and thank you guys so much for always supporting Tampa Pride. I mean, ABC is always there.
And we love working with you. Tyler does a show called Out and About, so why don't you tell everyone at home what it's all about, what it's out and about.
It's all about being out and about, finding some of the best places to eat, some of the best clothing, some of the best consignment shops around, some of the best car dealerships that are around, really some of the best of everything. And our thing is really all about local and really capturing those locals that are opening their new businesses and talking about what they have to offer to our local area.
And you know, that is something we loved talking about last year too, because in the middle of the pandemic, we were all trying to focus on local. So we love spotlighting local places. We'll sprinkle a few throughout the parade, some that Tyler spotlighted and some that you could check out. But now, you know, we've been talking about how nice it is. Our meteorologist, Jason Adams, talked about the weather for the parade and after the parade. So let's go to him to give you a quick preview of the forecast.
Hi everyone, today's Tampa Pride Parade forecast doesn't get much better than this. We're going to see highs only into the mid-70s today. We average temperatures closer to 80, and of course last week it was a lot hotter, even some days near 90 degrees, and the humidity was just nasty too. That will not be the case this weekend. So around 75 to 76 this afternoon for the parade. Heading into tonight's outlook, we're looking at temperatures falling back into the 60s. Comfortable conditions all day long with that low humidity. A little bit of a breeze coming in out of the west-northwest at 5 to 15 miles per hour. Maybe an occasional gust up to 20, but overall, no complaints here in Ybor City later on today or really anywhere here across west central Florida. So we'll sit around 75 to 77 in Tampa. I've got a few low 80s showing up for our inland spots. Coastal temperatures are going to hold back into the low to mid 70s. That due to the fact that we have onshore winds today. Gulf of Mexico water temperatures are into the lower 70s, and that's part of the reason why Tampa, we're only going to rise here for the Pride Parade into the mid to upper 70s today versus those highs that were near 90 just a couple of days ago. But you got to take advantage of this weekend's weather because not only will we see these gorgeous conditions today, we have them tomorrow as well. It all starts to change heading into next week. So tomorrow's outlook, a degree or two warmer than what will be today, this afternoon, I should say. So those mid 70s here at the coast, upper 70s and lower 80s continue for our inland spots, but also continuing, it's that low humidity. So again, no concerns for the Pride Parade today, and really no weather concerns here over the next 7 days as we look at Florida's most accurate 7-day forecast. Temperatures tomorrow morning start back out into the 50s. We're rising back into the mid to upper 70s for that Sunday outlook. Again, a few low 80s east of I-75. But here's where things start to change. Monday, we're back above 80 degrees. Tuesday, mid 80s. By Wednesday, it's not just the temperatures that are rising, it's also the humidity as well. We'll be into the upper 80s by that point, and that's when the humidity is high enough to even give us a chance for some rain. That also associated with our next cold front that won't show up until we get to your Thursday, Friday outlook. So happy Pride, Tampa Bay. Enjoy this gorgeous, outstanding weather today and tomorrow.
I mean, guys, you heard Jason say it. It is absolutely outstanding weather. And now I'm hearing right behind my shoulder, I can hear the sirens a little bit. So that means the parade was very punctual, started on time, which is what we like to hear. Let's go to where Stassi Olmo. She's near the beginning of the parade. Stassi, what are you seeing right now?
Well, you're saying, has it started? Yes, it has started. We're at the very beginning, the staging area of all the floats. So let me just step out and show you right now. Oh, a fire truck. So we did have, our first responders, our police department here in Tampa, the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office came through. You've got the Tampa Bay Pride Band right now. So we're about to hear that music. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stop talking and just give you a little bit of the Tampa Bay Pride Band. Okay, they are not playing yet. Okay, anyways, this band to the left is playing, and we just want to pan over and show you all of the floats and cars that are about to head down 7th for the parade. I mean, this is, like you said, it's going to last 2 hours. You've got more than 130 participants here, all from around the Tampa Bay area. A lot of people I spoke to today have drove in from all over Florida and even outside of Florida for this event. Everybody's just excited to be out in this beautiful weather and celebrating diversity and pride. And the jazz music goes on. So we're going to head down as the parade keeps going, and we'll give you another live look here in just a couple minutes. Back to you, Lauren.
All right, thanks, Stassi. We can't wait to check in with her throughout the parade route. You see everything getting ready there. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Come see the way the world should be. Secure your seats now to Tony winners and blockbusters Ain't Too Proud, 6, Tina, Hadestown, Jagged Little Pill, To Kill a Mockingbird, Chicago, and more. Plus, season ticket holders have exclusive access to add Hamilton or Wicked to their package. You ought to know, the Straz is back, and you can get season tickets at strazcenter.org.
The Bay Area is different than anywhere else. Unique with its culture, history, and pride. Full of stories, some with twists and turns. Others inspire and inform. As a journalist with ABC Action News, it's a commitment to give perspective on all angles and provide answers that are hard to find. I'm Jameson Euler, covering what's important to you.
Always calling it as he sees it.
We are looking at what appears to be a turn to the right, a near miss.
That's the weather forecast I will vote for.
Chief Meteorologist Dennis Phillips. He's Tampa Bay's chief, getting it right with over 34 years forecasting weather.
Well, rule number 7 means don't freak out unless I'm freaking out. We're fine.
You deserve the experience and trust you get from Chief Meteorologist Dennis Phillips, only when you watch ABC Action News.
The shared experiences we have right here in the Bay Area shape who we are. And it's these stories that deserve to be told. As a journalist with ABC Action News, I've spent years involved in the community and with the people who live here. It's my responsibility to listen and take the time to get each story right. I'm Wendy Ryan. It's a privilege to tell your story.
When a story comes full circle, it means you're exhausting every resource, investigating every angle, asking the tough questions that lead to answers.
Would this not further divide the country?
We debate, we discuss, we challenge viewpoints. It's bringing clarity to the issues affecting you. This is our city. This is our state. This is Full Circle, Florida.
You're watching the Tampa Pride Diversity Parade, streaming live on ABC Action News Plus.
Proudly sponsored by the Straz Center.
So this week, organizers were very busy, to say the least, getting ready for this parade, and our Robert Boyd hung out with them as they were making last-minute preparations.
It's that time of year. Tampa Pride Diversity Parade organizers are dusting off the floats and preparing for the first major Pride celebration in the country for 2022.
How much responsibility do you feel to kick it off the right way?
Oh, a lot. It weighs on us a lot because we have to show the country what we can do here in Tampa, and then they have to follow us.
Parade Co-Chairman Mark Erie expects this year's event to be the largest yet, with 130 entries signed up to party down 7th Avenue in Ybor City.
We were told possibly 3 hours, kind of rivaling Gasparilla.
Absolutely. We're right there with them. We've got just as many entries as they do.
And speaking of Gasparilla, many of the local crews have decided to trade in the skull and crossbones for the rainbow flags.
It's phenomenal that they want to be diverse with us, stand with us, and we really enjoy having them.
Mark Bias West remembers the first Tampa Pride Parade in 2015. He is overwhelmed how much it's grown in such a short amount of time.
We're even more proud of our parents, our friends, and families that are coming out here and supporting us too. You know, it's LGBTA, the A stands for allies, and our allies in Tampa Bay, they rock it.
But these organizers also want to remind everyone that the parade may be in March, but what it stands for lasts all year long.
Right now in Florida, this is a big step for the LGBTQ to show we have a voice, that we matter.
All right, let's give you a live look at the parade right now. Again, our shot is right about at 16th Street. This is, of course, going down 7th Avenue. So the parade started right at 4 o'clock, and what you're seeing right now is the TPD lead car. That's the start of the parade. And eventually, we'll see, I saw her walking around there, the new police chief, Mary O'Connor. She was just sworn in on Friday. You may remember Brian Dugan retired back in the fall in September. Mary O'Connor's been with TPD. She was with TPD for about 20 years, retired as assistant chief, ended up coming back. I think I saw her walking around there. People are just, you know, kind of milling about, throwing around beads. And again, this is the first lead car of the parade. So, Tyler, it's kicking off.
It is. I'm so excited. I mean, this is such excitement. I mean, everybody screaming downstairs. I mean, it's time
downstairs
for this.
because we're upstairs. Right now we're at the future home of Big Storm Brewing and Tap Room, so we're a little bit above the parade, which is kind of cool because we have a really nice vantage point. And yet, we got a little siren going on because TPD is the first there. And you know, behind TPD, we got some really cool things coming up because it's been Navy Week in Tampa, so we have some of them decided to join the Pride. We've got a band coming up, so that'll be really cool. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we'll hopefully be at them when we come right back.
Come see the way the world should be. Secure your seats now to Tony winners and blockbusters Ain't Too Proud, 6, Tina, Hadestown, Jagged Little Pill, To Kill a Mockingbird, Chicago, and more. Plus, season ticket holders have exclusive access to add Hamilton or Wicked to their package. You ought to know, the Straz is back, and you can get season tickets at strazcenter.org.
The Bay Area is different than anywhere else. Unique with its culture, history, and pride. Full of stories, some with twists and turns. Others inspire and inform. As a journalist with ABC Action News, it's a commitment to give perspective on all angles and provide answers that are hard to find. I'm Jameson Euler, covering what's important to you.
Always calling it as he sees it.
We are looking at what appears to be a turn to the right, a near miss.
That's the weather forecast I will vote for.
Chief Meteorologist Dennis Phillips. He's Tampa Bay's chief, getting it right with over 34 years forecasting weather.
Well, rule number 7 means don't freak out unless I'm freaking out. We're fine.
You deserve the experience and trust you get from Chief Meteorologist Dennis Phillips, only when you watch ABC Action News.
The shared experiences we have right here in the Bay Area shape who we are. And it's these stories that deserve to be told. As a journalist with ABC Action News, I've spent years involved in the community and with the people who live here. It's my responsibility to listen and take the time to get each story right. I'm Wendy Ryan. It's a privilege to tell your story.
When a story comes full circle, it means you're exhausting every resource, investigating every angle, asking the tough questions that lead to answers.
Would this not further divide the country?
We debate, we discuss, we challenge viewpoints. It's bringing clarity to the issues affecting you. This is our city. This is our state. This is Full Circle, Florida.
Live coverage of the Tampa Pride Diversity Parade continues on ABC Action News Plus.
Proudly sponsored by the Straz Center.
Welcome back to live coverage of the Tampa Pride Parade. Right now you are taking a live look. This is 7th Avenue where the whole parade is going. It's about 7 blocks and we are about at the cross section of 16th Street, so about halfway through the parade. And right now we have seen TPD, the lead car went by. We saw the new police chief, Mary O'Connor, and now you are actually, I'm pretty excited for what's coming up because we have Navy Week here in Tampa. So you're about to see the USS Constitution Color Guard. You can see them in their white uniforms there. They're about to come into frame. Let's watch them. Now, Navy Week, there are about 70 people, Navy members who are here in the Tampa Bay area. They're promoting everything and really trying to get families involved. And you see, Tyler, this is pretty cool. You watching that?
Oh, yeah. Wow. Incredible.
And there's a little bit of a band behind them too. So again, they've been here all week and they've been doing things. They were at Feeding Tampa Bay. They were helping pack boxes for families in need. They were also at the aquarium teaching kids about what they do. So
they really do give back to the community of Tampa.
Absolutely, and we need to be thanking them for their service, and they said they were thanking us for everything we do. So this is just really cool to watch, if we can just watch that for a second. Oh, look at that.
Can you do that, Lauren?
Absolutely. You do not want me doing that. The hand-eye coordination is not there, Tyler. How would yours be?
I don't know. I might be a little twirler.
I was going to say we're going to leave it to the professionals, but okay. So again, we are above the parade right now. We are high above.
At the old Hamburger Mary's.
Yes, we are. And we have an excellent view, and we're going to be showing you the parade all down 7th Avenue. It's going 7 blocks, and it's really exciting because this year it's significantly bigger than it was last year. And last year we thought it was awesome for, you know, being the first Pride Parade since the COVID pandemic
I think
started.
everybody's just so excited about being out and about in the Tampa area, and COVID is gone.
Okay, we need to talk about Tyler for a second because his show is called Out and About, and the number of times, I feel like we should have a ticker at the bottom. How many times can he say out and about? I love it.
It's a great little segue. Oh my God, the crowd, they're just, they're so excited.
I mean, they were expecting about 80,000 plus people here, which is, I mean, you can feel the atmosphere.
By the way, do you see all the beads that were coming up to the second floor here?
So if you see beads just flying in front of our faces, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. We will not.
We're being egged by beads.
That is what's happening. So right now, again, what you're seeing behind us is the USS Constitution Color Guard. They're here for Navy Week, and then that is actually the rainbow flag carried by Can Health Community, I believe.
Oh, we like a good flag.
Oh, we want to wave our flags, yes. And is that Key West Pride? Oh, have you ever been to Key West?
I have been to Key West.
Oh, love
It's
Key
been
West.
a minute since I've been there, but it's probably definitely a mecca at New Year's. Great place to be at New Year's.
Absolutely. The sunset's in Key West, but anyway, that's beyond the point. So this rainbow flag, now the people who are walking with and waving and I don't even know what action that is, waving up and down the flag. It's Can Community Health, and Tyler, you spoke with them.
Absolutely. I actually got the privilege of talking to Dr. Patel, who actually started Can. He's the president and CEO of Can. He was so awesome. I mean, he was talking a little bit about his backstory, about how it all started, and how many different facilities that they have now, and how many people they help in the gay community is outrageous.
And why is something like this so important for the gay community?
I mean, we need them. We need them for medical care. We need them for dental care. I mean, they really, really do a lot for people that have been affected by HIV and AIDS.
And you know, I was noticing, just like looking through the parade lineup, there are a lot of groups and bands, but there are a lot of organizations that really provide health care to the gay community.
Right.
I thought that was really impressive that there are so many local organizations that do
Absolutely.
that.
And I noticed in the last 5 years, it seems like it's just been growing. More and more health care for people that have been affected by HIV and AIDS.
It's very, very important there. And again, seeing the color guard doing their thing there, I mean, let's just watch it for a second again. They're just so impressive.
Well, I think you're more impressed because you want to learn how to twirl.
You know, maybe. It's like when you can't do something and you watch people do it, you're like, wow. And to be that girl in the middle, woo!
I knew at heart you're really a twirler, though.
Well, see, I danced, so the hand-eye coordination just isn't there.
What about a cheerleader?
Oh, no. Dance team and cheer team, very, very different. We'll explain that later, but...
So I can expect to see you out and about tonight dancing on the dance floor, right?
Maybe we'll just be dancing up here instead.
Okay.
Let's listen to this marching band, though. Here we go. And imagine, okay, so now the weather's fabulous. Last year, when it was in May, it was hot, and we still had all of these marching bands carrying those instruments in the heat.
And the heat, the clothing, the heavy clothing.
I gotta give props to the big instruments. Those are heavy. All right, so again, right now you are watching. Oh yes, we're hearing the screams a little bit more. Tampa Pride Parade 2022. It is the 8th year of Pride, and it just kicked off probably about a half hour ago at 4:30. We are watching the rainbow flag being carried by Can Community Health,
which their headquarters actually is in my hometown of Sarasota. Well, not hometown, but where I actually reside and started my show is in Sarasota. So that's where they started their first actual location for Can.
That is awesome, and they service people throughout the country. It's not just you know. Oh, can we listen? Let's just listen into this for a second. Only my school. Never mind. It was only my school. That's fine.
And we got our pride flags as well.
We do. So we've got 130 plus groups. Hold on.
We're real prideful over here. Real prideful.
But I don't know if you guys could hear it before, but check out, there's a ball. Oh, there we go. We're going to focus on the ball.
Oh, there's the ball. I was telling her there are actual balls in that thing.
And again, that flag is being carried by Can Community Health, really focusing on helping the gay community with healthcare needs.
Safe space for people with HIV and AIDS.
Yeah, such a wonderful organization, and they're represented by a lot of people. I mean, I'm not even going to try to count the number of people that are holding that flag, but then there's a group behind them as well. You can see them all walking. I don't know, I'm loving the Navy bands here.
All right, they're moving.
All right, so Tyler, as we're watching the parade, so Tyler's show is called Out and About, and he focuses on a lot of local community places. Talk about one that you've recently highlighted.
Actually, I'm going to talk about Duamici. Duamici, right here in the center of Ybor City, one of my favorite pizzerias.
Okay, what do you like so much about it?
That it's like juicy and creamy and delicious. I mean, they have so many specialty pizzas there. You can't find them anywhere else. That's why I like him. And I like the owner too. He gets involved and he has a good time there. He's always jumping around and acting crazy, and I might relate to something about that.
Oh, can you relate to that? So, and also, how can we watch your show?
So you can actually go on Out and About Tampa or Out and About on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. I think we have about 26 different pages between Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete.
I don't know how he keeps track with all of the social media, if we're going to be totally honest here. So again, what you're seeing right now is more of the Can Community Health coming down. They were behind the flag a little bit, and they're walking. Tyler, what have we seen so far? We've seen TPD, and we've seen the mayor's office. Okay, I guess
we saw balls.
Yes, we did see the
ball.
We did. Yes, we did.
The one ball.
But again, 7th Avenue. Parade is about 7 blocks, and we are just getting started.
I'm excited.
What are you most excited to see?
I'm actually excited about seeing Jane's partner because I got to interview her as well. Actually, I was interviewing Jane before she left.
Mayor Jane
Castor.
Yep.
I was interviewing her at the VIP sponsor event 2 nights ago, which you can actually go back and see on Out and About Tampa.
Yes, because I watched it.
And her partner was able to jump in on the red carpet there they had, and we were able to talk to her. But she's actually going to be here in Mayor Jane Castor's in her place.
Yep.
So that's exciting. I'm excited to see her because she's going to give us a big old wave.
Because we know Mayor Jane loves Tampa Pride, but right now she is traveling with the mayor's delegation. So we are seeing, again, more. Well, I am really impressed with the number of people who are with Can Community Health right now. They have got...
Yes. Everybody's waving to us.
We love to see the waves.
They're featuring the PrEP medication, and they're really pushing that. That's what the signs are right there.
Talking about also, and another thing that they focus on is testing for HIV and STD, and also
they have
prevention.
a mobile truck that goes around. They usually will put them at different clubs and nightclubs around between Sarasota, Tampa, and St. Pete.
And that's a fairly new thing, right?
Yeah, they've been doing it probably for the past 2 years.
Why do you think that's so important to do?
I mean, awareness is the most important. Getting, catching maybe an early detection is important. You have medications that can reverse the effect a lot quicker. So obviously early detection for something like that is important.
And you know, I feel like our numbers in the Tampa Bay area were very high, and now they're starting to go down because of all of this.
And you know, there was a lot of the problems were drug use. You know, that crystal meth was on the rise during COVID. So having someone like this that can help us with their
and there's that mobile unit outreach sign.
There it is.
There we go. All right, so guys, where we are, 16th Street. I think that's a sign that I need to shush. Oh, yeah, and they just keep going. All right, we have got some, I want to say the sheriff's office is coming up behind, and they're, do I hear Beyonce?
Oh. You're a big Beyonce fan?
Yes.
Dance around the house?
Yes.
Do a little cleaning with Beyonce on?
Yes, that Beyonce is my cleaning anthem.
Joey, we're also going to be looking for Cha-Cha. Cha-Cha's going to be on what float? I can't remember. It's the House of
Pride. Yeah,
House of Pride.
We've got a while to go.
Okay.
We've got a while to go to that one.
Well, that's a little teaser. Gotta have a little Cha-Cha.
So again, we got about 130 floats, which is significant increase from last year. So that's pretty awesome. And you know, Tyler, they had to cap it. They could not let any more. They had capped it pretty early.
Oh, that's right, they did. Because it was running into like 3 hours.
Yeah, and I mean, that's awesome. That so many groups, politicians, community leaders, bands want to be involved. And you know what I'm excited to see? Because when I was driving here, I saw all of the Gasparilla floats, and they decked them out in rainbow, and there's a bunch of crews that are going to be coming. So those will be really cool.
Yes.
They were blocking some traffic, though. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get here. All these floats are.
Well, I told you I got in an accident on the way here.
Florida. I know you feel me. Florida. It's fine. So it's a little bit windy here, but otherwise, great weather. I mean, we could not have asked for a better day for Pride Parade. And I think we're seeing the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office show off a little bit with their motorcade.
Oh, that means that Chad's going to be coming up.
Oh, they're doing a little, I don't know, circle formation. Late get formation. Yes. Yep. Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, Chad Cronister. We're seeing the motorcycles. I mean, that's some fancy little spins. Tyler, you ride a motorcycle?
A scooter.
Drive a motorcycle?
A scooter. Honda Spree scooter.
I won't even do that, so.
You're not a Harley girl?
No. No, I am not. I like having my feet on the ground, walking places.
And dancing.
And dancing, yeah. Again, feet on the ground, so. Guys, it is bumping here on 7th Avenue. So right now you're watching Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office. They are throwing out the beads, and I'm not gonna lie, Tyler, when I watched them park their motorcycles and like get off in a rhythm, I thought they were gonna break out into a dance. I was getting really excited, but I mean, beads are great too. Can't expect everything from the Sheriff's Office. Oh, so right now you are watching the parade live here on ABC Action News Plus. This is the future home of Big Storm Brewing and Tap Room. We're getting distracted over here. I'm trying to figure out what they're saying. It's getting loud in here, to say the least. Now, this is 7th Avenue. If you're home hanging out, it is perfect weather for the parade. I mean, there is zero, I'm not a meteorologist, but I'm gonna say there's like no humidity because, I mean, it's just fabulous. And right now you are seeing the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office behind us. We already saw TPD, we saw Can Community Health. The Sheriff's Office is on the move. It's like so many things. Now, if you're just joining us, Tyler Butler. He is, actually, let's check out what's going on behind us. Oh. Tyler Butler, he is with Out and About.
Out and About, that's right, Out and About. And today we're out and about, and we're actually sharing the feed on all of our broadcasts as well, and all our pages on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. And we're so excited and thrilled to be here. ABC Action News always supports the gay community. I have to tell you real quickly, you guys have always been there for me from the very, very beginning. I know I talked a little bit about my friend that disappeared, and ABC actually helped me every step of the way. So I thank you guys for the opportunity of being a part of ABC again.
Very welcome. We are very glad to have him back. And so is the Sheriff's Office. They are just whooping it up because we love to see that. Now, the parade started probably around 4 o'clock, 130 floats, and we are slowly making our way.
I wonder if anybody's going to break down along the way.
You what?
Anybody's going to...
I think we're going to go to a quick commercial break while we let the sheriff's office come through, and when we come back, I see some floats in the distance, so we'll hopefully check those out.
Come see the way the world should be. Secure your seats now to Tony winners and blockbusters Ain't Too Proud, 6, Tina, Hadestown, Jagged Little Pill, To Kill a Mockingbird, Chicago, and more. Plus, season ticket holders have exclusive access to add Hamilton or Wicked to their package. You ought to know, the Straz is back, and you can get season tickets at strazcenter.org.
The Bay Area is different than anywhere else. Unique with its culture, history, and pride. Full of stories, some with twists and turns. Others inspire and inform. As a journalist with ABC Action News, it's a commitment to give perspective on all angles and provide answers that are hard to find. I'm Jameson Euler, covering what's important to you.
Always calling it as he sees it.
We are looking at what appears to be a turn to the right, a near miss.
That's the weather forecast I will vote for.
Chief Meteorologist Dennis Phillips. He's Tampa Bay's chief, getting it right with over 34 years forecasting weather.
Well, rule number 7 means don't freak out unless I'm freaking out. We're fine.
You deserve the experience and trust you get from Chief Meteorologist Dennis Phillips, only when you watch ABC Action News.
The shared experiences we have right here in the Bay Area shape who we are. And it's these stories that deserve to be told. As a journalist with ABC Action News, I've spent years involved in the community and with the people who live here. It's my responsibility to listen and take the time to get each story right. I'm Wendy Ryan. It's a privilege to tell your story.
When a story comes full circle, it means you're exhausting every resource, investigating every angle, asking the tough questions that lead to answers.
Would this not further divide the country?
We debate, we discuss, we challenge viewpoints. It's bringing clarity to the issues affecting you. This is our city. This is our state. This is Full Circle, Florida.
You're watching the Tampa Pride Diversity Parade, streaming live on ABC Action News Plus.
Proudly sponsored by the Straz Center.
Welcome back. Lauren St. Germain here with Tyler Butler. It is starting to get loud in Ybor City. We are waving our flags, or they are blowing in the wind. Hello. Okay. All right. So, anyway, we are at the future home of Big Storm Brewing and Tap Room, which is right near Centro Ybor, 7th Avenue, 16th Street, and we have the prime spot of the parade. If you do not feel like coming out to the parade, if you're sitting at home, you're watching us, just stick with us for the next hour and a half because we've got a great view.
We might even see you do a little dance, right?
Let's not make any promises to the people at home, okay? Okay. So right now we are seeing Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office. We saw all the motorcycles go by. They were doing a little, I don't know, motorcycle dance. Anyway,
dancing's on our mind.
Apparently so. And that float you're seeing right now is also the Hillsborough County float. And I'm excited because we got some Gasparilla floats behind that. We also have some bands behind that as well.
Yeah, I just saw Chad. Sheriff Chad was
Sheriff Chad Chronister is here. Earlier we saw the new Tampa Police Chief, Mary O'Connor. She is here as well, just sworn in this Friday. So we've got a pretty big law enforcement presence here in the beginning. Tyler's getting distracted, waving to all the people. Oh, but we are seeing beads getting thrown.
Instead of tomatoes, they're throwing beads, right?
You know what? One can only hope that we get beads thrown at us and not eggs. We were seeing some beads fly up here, so if y'all see it at home, sorry, we'll be fine. So they were expecting a crowd of about 80,000 people as we look through the crowd here. I mean, 7th is packed.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is, I hope everyone wore their deodorant today.
This couldn't have happened 8 months ago.
No.
I mean,
no. And if you think about it, I mean, last year Pride was in May.
Yes.
Tampa Pride was in May when it's
Yep.
typically in March. They had to push it a little bit because of COVID. And it was the first Pride Parade to happen since the pandemic started. They pulled it off, and now they pulled it off again this year. And you're really close with Kerry West, who is the president of Pride. And
Yes,
what
and-
were his feelings coming into this Pride Parade?
He was just so excited. He couldn't be more happier that it actually happened with no delays. I remember last year, everything kept getting changed on him, and he wasn't sure if anything was ever going to happen, and then it got pushed back, and then things got canceled. So this year, it was on like Donkey Kong, and he couldn't have been happier. I loved it, too, because I got...
On like Donkey Kong.
You know who Donkey Kong is, don't
Yes,
you?
I'm not that young, but I really like that. So right now I think we're seeing kind of like an antique fire truck. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks like something my grandfather
Yep.
would have driven
We
in
got-
1918 or something.
Was your grandfather a firefighter?
Quite an antique.
Was he a firefighter?
No, he was an antique.
Oh.
Takes her a minute.
It's fine. Oh goodness. Anyway, our camera is pointing.
And look at that. That's a nice pride flag that's actually in the audience right there that someone actually brought with them that we're showing right now. Isn't that exciting that people bring their own pride where they go?
Yes. We
Into the
love
crowd.
to see
Love that.
Oh, and then we've got a band coming up.
Is that the Tampa Pride Band?
Let's see. That is
Yes,
the Tampa
it
Pride Band.
is.
And you know, we spoke with the Tampa Pride Band. They were very excited to be performing in this parade. They were founded back in 2014. There's about 60 to 70 members.
And you know there's musicians from all over Tampa Bay and Florida that's a part of that.
That's pretty cool. So it's not just a Tampa Bay organization.
And this morning they performed the Star Spangled Banner this morning actually here in Ybor.
That's pretty cool. So hopefully when they get to us, we can listen to them for a bit. Our Vanessa Ariza actually did a preview piece with them as well. So that was the director was talking just about how excited the whole band was to be able to be back. And that was also something, we were talking with another school band that's performing, and just to be out and about, see what I did?
Love it.
Just to be out and, just be around people again and be able to perform. It's huge for so many groups that just couldn't because of COVID. So,
right.
And I know some were even sidelined last year, even though there was the parade, and even though things were coming back, but now it's just, we're seeing a lot more, which is great for the community.
Absolutely.
So, and as we're looking into the crowd here.
Oh, another honker.
I can't tell if it's like, stop talking, like shush. But we are seeing a lot of people. It's pretty cool.
It is.
You were also in the food truck alley earlier today. What was that like? What was the atmosphere?
Oh my God, it was so exciting, and everybody that was out there were just talking about how happy they were again about being out and about in the community and not dealing with COVID, and definitely just excited. And they're actually having a musician inside that was playing inside the Havana, I think that was called, inside the Havana. And I think there was like 14 food trucks from different food groups, and I love food, so I really, really enjoyed that.
Yeah, and that food truck alley is open from 11 to 11 today. So if you're that beach,
And there's some big shows out there too. You'll have to go out, take a gander.
We love the food trucks.
Because that's my thing, is taking a gander.
Oh. So how many taglines do you have that I have to keep up with?
So just take a gander and out and about.
Okay.
Just to.
I think we're going to soon be able to hear the Pride Parade, the Tampa Bay Pride Band. They're coming to the middle. So again, this is right near Centro Ybor. Oh, is that a dog? Oh, if that man could just do a little step to the side. Look at that dog who's colored in rainbow.
Oh my God.
Excuse me, sir. Oh, it's a goat! Oh my gosh!
Leave it to the Lord.
I thought, wait, there is a dog.
She doesn't get out
There
much.
is a dog.
Oh, there is a dog. Right there on the side.
Oh my gosh, that is a goat. Okay, if we could just get the goat to turn. Oh.
I think we should put a stripe like that in your hair.
You know what? Next year. Okay. I'm sorry, I did not go all the way this year. Wow. A goat at. It's only fitting that we have the goat Tom Brady back, so we also have a goat.
By the way, I love your prideful colors that you have on. I love that dress. It's amazing.
I was gonna, wear black, but then I just decided. Okay, so The Pride Band, 60 to 70 members. Really hope they're going to start soon. We'd love to take a listen
Now
to
our
that.
friends can see your beautiful dress. By the way, before it went to the other shot, she was dancing. You were dancing, the dancer.
Well, we've got a long parade left. We'll maybe get some dancing
Keep
later.
it moving. Keep the joints moving.
Yes, we gotta do some steps. Guys, I mean, what a beautiful day for a parade here. It is just absolutely fabulous. We could have not asked for a better, and this is the 8th Pride celebration here in the Tampa Bay area. Last year it was the first one since COVID.
Oh,
maybe. Oh, I think we got some flags that are going to come out again. You know, we saw the color guard, the talents of the color guard a few minutes ago. We're hoping that most of the bands will stop in the Centro Ybor area because we're at a pretty central location right now. So if the fire truck moves, we can get the band into place. And if you're just joining us, you are watching the Tampa Pride Parade live right now. Let's take a listen in. the Tampa Pride Band. They did fabulous. And did you see the dancer and everything? I mean, that was just an excellent performance. And I love the spot that we're at because while you guys were enjoying it at home, we were also able to enjoy it, which was really nice. We just turned around and watched the whole time. So right now we are getting into a lot of Jeeps and trucks, and some politicians are going to be walking through. We've seen a lot of them, talking. There's a lot of legislation going on right now, and a lot of them are making their presence known here and talking with people and everything. So we're going to see those coming up. Behind that, we're going to see some Gasparilla floats, some more bands. So we're really excited to see those. Right now, we are above the parade on a porch, trying to also hear what they say a little bit too. So right now, they're talking about the Parental Rights and Education bill, also what critics call the Don't Say Gay bill, which is currently sitting on waiting for the governor's signature at this point. So we'll keep you updated on that on ABC Action News, but that's what you're hearing right now. You are watching the Hillsborough Democratic Caucus, as well as some politicians come through. And what you are seeing now move through, that it's called Camp Out. They're in the green there. They're holding that green banner. Camp Out Florida, this is actually pretty cool, Tyler. So Camp Out Florida is a nonprofit. It's based in Ocala, but it is a residential youth summer camp for kids. And it's their first year. It's like a sleepaway camp, and it's all about, promoting inclusivity and also, just letting kids be kids with their friends.
Yeah, and I think this year is their first year ever for residential summer camp.
Yeah, so that's what we're seeing in the middle right now. Also, the roller skates, that's what I call impressive. You roller skate?
I can roller skate and roller blade.
Actually, this is the roller derby, I believe, that is coming up. The Tampa Roller Derby, it's actually the first flat track roller derby league. They have games. They're talented. We love to see that. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we got more floats on the way.
Come see the way the world should be. Secure your seats now to Tony winners and blockbusters Ain't Too Proud, 6, Tina, Hadestown, Jagged Little Pill, To Kill a Mockingbird, Chicago, and more. Plus, season ticket holders have exclusive access to add Hamilton or Wicked to their package. You ought to know, the Straz is back, and you can get season tickets at strazcenter.org.
The Bay Area is different than anywhere else. Unique with its culture, history, and pride. Full of stories, some with twists and turns. Others inspire and inform. As a journalist with ABC Action News, it's a commitment to give perspective on all angles and provide answers that are hard to find. I'm Jameson Euler, covering what's important to you.
Always calling it as he sees it.
We are looking at what appears to be a turn to the right, a near miss.
That's the weather forecast I will vote for.
Chief Meteorologist Dennis Phillips. He's Tampa Bay's chief, getting it right with over 34 years forecasting weather.
Well, rule number 7 means don't freak out unless I'm freaking out. We're fine.
You deserve the experience and trust you get from Chief Meteorologist Dennis Phillips, only when you watch ABC Action News.
The shared experiences we have right here in the Bay Area shape who we are. And it's these stories that deserve to be told. As a journalist with ABC Action News, I've spent years involved in the community and with the people who live here. It's my responsibility to listen and take the time to get each story right. I'm Wendy Ryan. It's a privilege to tell your story.
When a story comes full circle, it means you're exhausting every resource, investigating every angle, asking the tough questions that lead to answers.
Would this not further divide the country?
We debate, we discuss, we challenge viewpoints. It's bringing clarity to the issues affecting you. This is our city. This is our state. This is Full Circle, Florida.
Live coverage of the Tampa Pride Diversity Parade continues on ABC Action News Plus.
Proudly sponsored by the Straz Center.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Tampa Pride Parade. Right now you are watching the Hillsborough High School Band, and we want to let you listen in for a little bit. Okay, so it looks like they actually just finished their song, but anyway, that is the Hillsborough High Band. It is actually, okay, they're pretty good. They're one of the oldest bands in the state, Tyler. I spoke with the band director there. There's about 100 kids, 9th grade through 12th grade. They were so excited to be in Pride this year because so many performances just got canceled because of COVID. And we are just dancing over here. But really cool high school band that's going on. And I'm also seeing some cheerleaders. They're doing poms, so I will teach you about that later. They have pom-poms. Now we are starting to get into a lot of politicians who are here. They're going to be driving fine in the convertibles behind us. So right now we are at the future home of Big Storm Brewing and Tap Room. It's at 16th and 7th Avenue. The whole parade goes down 7th. If you're just joining us, I know it's about 5 o'clock, so if you're just joining us, Tyler Butler is here with me. I'm Lauren St. Germain. Tyler has a show called Out and About.
Out and About.
And it's all about talking about local places.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all about local businesses and really spotlighting some of the new restaurants that are coming into town. There's so much new things that are always coming out.
So what I'm hearing is that you get to try a lot of good food for your job.
I do.
Yeah,
I do.
darn.
I just take one bite.
Oh, okay. And you know, guys, again, if you're just joining us, it is such a beautiful day for Pride right now. We were expecting about 80,000 people here. I'm telling you, 7th Avenue is packed like sardines. There are, again, I'm hoping everyone, showered appropriately, put on deodorant this morning. Fortunately, it's not as hot, so at least there's that.
It's a beautiful day.
It's beautiful,
I mean, the wind's
breeze.
blowing.
So at least there's that.
Yeah, and we have a lot of friends that are joining us that are not in Florida, so they're able to watch this all over globally.
Yeah, and this is pretty cool because this is really one of the first Pride celebrations to just kind of kick everything off, and this is the 8th year of Tampa Pride.
Yep.
And last year was scaled back a little bit, and you're very close with the people who put together Pride. What were they saying about this year?
Well, they were just excited. I mean, every year has been challenging, but obviously the past couple years has been the most challenging. And I got a chance to talk to Kerry about this year and his excitement for this year, and he couldn't have been happier. I mean, he was just like, no delays, no more date changes. It's really happening. And I was like, this is awesome.
And so we have the parade going on, started at about 4. There's also the food truck alley, which you were at earlier. That goes from 11
they have
to
drag
11.
shows. They have all kind of fun.
It's a little bit windy out here, so you're seeing things flying.
Everything's moving around.
Everything's moving a little bit. And then there's an after party as well. So it's just really, and there have been events all leading up to today as well throughout the week.
Absolutely. And we're going to be seeing you there at the after hours party dancing, aren't we?
Tyler's just making plans for me, y'all. I cannot control this man. Anyway. What you're seeing right now, a lot of politicians coming through. Behind that, we're going to see some Gasparilla crew floats. But I do want to talk about some of the grand marshals because there are several grand marshals for this parade. And I got the opportunity to speak with a trailblazer. His name is Bill Knuff, and he is a really crucial person in the Tampa Bay community. Obviously, they named him this year's trailblazer. He's also the president of the Gay Men's Chorus of Tampa Bay. Here's our conversation that we had earlier this week. So what was your first reaction when you heard that you were this year's trailblazer?
I was like, oh my God, I'm not that old. But it was a great honor that they did this. And when I thought back of some of the things I've done in the community, I kind of understood why they gave me that title.
And talk about some of the things you have done in the community.
I have chaired the Gay Pride parades in the 80s and early 90s. I was on the board for the Tampa International Gay Lesbian Film Festival. I am one of the founders of the Ybor Youth Clinic. I helped Equality Florida at their beginning. I used to own the gay bookstore and pride shop in town. I owned the gay coffee house in town. My mission was to own businesses that were healthy, intellectual, positive atmospheres for our gay community.
And how have you seen the community really change and grow over the past few decades that you've been in Tampa?
Until recently, I thought we were progressing wonderfully. The gay community in Tampa, now anyone under 30 can go to any club and go dance with their partner, and it's no big deal. Previously, you had to go to only just gay clubs. Most businesses now are very open about you can be gay, you can be married, or whatever. When I first moved here in the late 80s, that wasn't quite the case.
Now let's talk about the chorus that you are a big part of. What is it all about?
Our motto is changing lives one song at a time. We inspire people through our music, through our joy and love of music. We sing everything from, we just did Let It Be for our cabaret, and just the words of the Beatles brought forward that this is us. This is, we also do that too, this is me. And it's wonderful that you can, through song, and song inspires so many people. And for me, singing is just a joy. And I know many people enjoy listening to it. Many people love to sing. And the chorus itself is community within our community. People come to the Gay Men's Chorus because they want to be among other like-minded people. And it really is that community, that the activities we do in addition to singing.
And Tampa Pride has gone through so much the past, several years. What do you want people to take away from this year's Pride celebration?
This Pride celebration is, we are here, we are open, we are gay, we are the LGBTQ community. No matter what you say, we will be here. You may not be able to say it or talk about it in the schools, but we are the parents of the children that are in the schools. We are part of the community. We are not going away. We'll always be here.
And it was so awesome talking with Bill. First of all, this man is such a talented singer. My photographer and I were just having him sing for us because he's the president of the chorus. But he has really done so much for the community here in Tampa Bay. And he was like, I couldn't believe they had me be the trailblazer. He was like, I didn't want to think I was that old, but I guess I've actually done a lot. So that was really cool. And he also talked about how important it was to have role models in the community. Do you have any in the Tampa Bay community?
I mean, of course I have both Mark and Carrie are really like my role models because they were probably one of the first people that I met in the Tampa Bay area coming out. So definitely they're my role models.
And they've obviously done so much for Pride.
And by the way, Mark and Carrie, president of Tampa Pride.
Mm-hmm. So it's so awesome to see, and we'll talk about more of the Grand Marshals coming up, but so many people that have had such an impact on this community and really helped grow it to what you see this parade, you see how many people are here.
Yeah.
80,000 plus people.
Yeah, there's definitely, I would say there's well over 80, 100,000, something like that.
I'm not even going to guesstimate. Well,
because don't forget, not just this street. I mean, they're 2 streets over. They're over at the Ybor Center. I mean, they're packed out.
So this parade is going down, and Tyler caught me some beads. It's very distracting. Anyway, this parade is going down 7th. It's about 7 blocks from Lucio Parkway to about 20th, and we're at 16th. So we're kind of the halfway point, and right now we're seeing a lot of politicians go through in their cars. They're throwing out beads. And
I keep getting distracted. They keep throwing the beads up here. I keep looking at them. I'm like, oh wait, our friends there.
Because beads are just going to go flying everywhere. But we have seen, the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office. We've seen TPD. We've seen CAN Community Health. So many organizations too that are really important to this community.
Absolutely. Do you have any favorite spots, by the way, in Tampa that you like to go to? I know you haven't lived here for many
5
years.
years
So
now.
Oh, 5 years. So you have some spots that you like to take a gander at.
I'm a fan of the Tampa Heights area.
Yeah.
I really love that area.
That is fun.
Yeah. Yeah, so Tyler's show, his Out and About show, really focuses on local spots. So, okay, you talked about, a few minutes ago, you talked about a pizza shop. Since we're in Ybor City, let's talk about another Ybor City place, shall we?
Okay. Yeah, so there's Duamici, and then obviously Show Bar, which is right across the street from where we're at. Dueling Piano Bar.
Ooh.
I mean, you want to talk about fun, festive things.
They were playing music earlier. They were
so much fun. There's something to do there every night of the week. They pack it out. You definitely have to get a reservation because it's mind-blowing, the things and the fun that you have there. And it's great for big parties. You can go there by yourself, or you can bring a big crowd of people with you. It's a lot of fun.
Absolutely. All right, how about one more place?
Let's see. Bradley's is always fun. I always have a good cocktail or two or 32 at Bradley's.
Whoa there.
And it's really cool. Have you been to Bradley's? No? Okay, so it's really, really cool inside. They actually have a giant tree that they have made, and it has a waterfall inside the tree, and the water goes down in the middle of the bar. I mean, it's definitely something to take a gander at.
I did. So, if you're just joining us, Tyler has 2 catchphrases that, again, we should have a ticker at the bottom. It's Out and About and Take a Gander.
That's right.
I'm learning very quickly.
You are. It only took 42 tries for that one, right?
All right, so you are watching the Tampa Pride Parade live right now. Again, we're going through some politicians. We have Hillsborough County Commissioners, Tampa City Council. We have the county clerk. We are going through them right now, and they are just driving in their cars, throwing out beads. We've got some beads. We're going to take a quick commercial break and hopefully have some floats to show you after the break.
Come see the way the world should be. Secure your seats now to Tony winners and blockbusters Ain't Too Proud, 6, Tina, Hadestown, Jagged Little Pill, To Kill a Mockingbird, Chicago, and more. Plus, season ticket holders have exclusive access to add Hamilton or Wicked to their package. You ought to know, the Straz is back, and you can get season tickets at strazcenter.org.
The Bay Area is different than anywhere else. Unique with its culture, history, and pride. Full of stories, some with twists and turns. Others inspire and inform. As a journalist with ABC Action News, it's a commitment to give perspective on all angles and provide answers that are hard to find. I'm Jameson Euler, covering what's important to you.
Always calling it as he sees it.
We are looking at what appears to be a turn to the right, a near miss.
That's the weather forecast I will vote for.
Chief Meteorologist Dennis Phillips. He's Tampa Bay's chief. Getting it right with over 34 years forecasting weather.
Well, rule number 7 means don't freak out unless I'm freaking out. We're fine.
You deserve the experience and trust you get from Chief Meteorologist Dennis Phillips. Only when you watch ABC Action News.
The shared experiences we have right here in the Bay Area shape who we are. And it's these stories that deserve to be told. As a journalist with ABC Action News, I've spent years involved in the community and with the people who live here. It's my responsibility to listen and take the time to get each story right. I'm Wendy Ryan. It's a privilege to tell your story.
When a story comes full circle, it means you're exhausting every resource, investigating every angle, asking the tough questions that lead to answers.
Would this not further divide the country?
We debate, we discuss, we challenge viewpoints. It's bringing clarity to the issues affecting you. This is our city. This is our state. This is Full Circle, Florida.
You're watching the Tampa Pride Diversity Parade, streaming live on ABC Action News Plus.
Proudly sponsored by the Straz Center.
Welcome back to Tampa Pride 2022. So new studies are showing more Americans support civil rights for the LGBTQ community now than ever before. So we wanted to know why things changed and how these opinions are changing. Our in-depth reporter Anthony Hill looks at these questions.
According to the latest Gallup poll, 70% of Americans say they support same-sex marriage. That's compared to just 40% back in 2009. Experts believe that rate increase is due to more representation and visibility of people who identify as LGBTQ.
There was no visibility that I can remember growing up in my neighborhood, in our family, in our culture, and whatever we were doing. I don't ever remember seeing anybody that projected themselves like I felt.
Joy Winheim was born in Queens, New York in 1973, and for many years of her life, she kept her sexual orientation a secret. And like many people who had a different sexual orientation or gender identity, she feared being ostracized by her community and society.
And it was like, okay, well, I can't tell anybody, I can't tell anybody.
I identify as a gay man. I remember feeling very, very alone, not having clubs or support, not at school, not at home.
This is Eric Vaughn. He works with an organization called Community Tampa Bay. The organization's mission? To eliminate discrimination of all kinds, especially for children in the LGBTQ community. They're doing this by mentoring young leaders from diverse backgrounds to engage in cross-cultural conversations.
So we work with a lot of youth who identify as part of the LGBTQ community, and we really try to get to understand what issues they're facing in schools and their home communities, and we give them some tools to help them empower themselves so they can be advocates for themselves.
According to a new Gallup poll, 7.1% of American adults identify as being something other than heterosexual. That's double the percentage recorded back in 2012, when only 3.5% of American adults identified as being LGBTQ. Gallup attributes this increase to Generation Z being more open about their identity. One place where many people in the LGBTQ community haven't felt comfortable being open is the church.
Reverend Andy Oliver, A-N-D-Y-O-L-I-V-E-R, pastor of Allendale United Methodist Church in St. Petersburg, Florida.
Pastor Oliver says everyone is welcomed at his church.
We affirm the sacred worth of all people and strive to practice Christ's example of unconditional love without exclusion.
As a Christian, I believe that we're all made in God's image. And so, therefore, we also need all different types of people to see and understand what God looks like. And so if you're at a church that doesn't have any LGBTQ people at it, you're missing out on an aspect of who God looks like.
Pastor Oliver is one of many pastors in the United Methodist Church to go against the denomination's ban on carrying out same-sex marriages.
And we voted unanimously to do so. And so 4 years ago on St. Patrick's Day, Aaron and Betsy were married here.
Though there's been a lot of progress for the LGBTQ community as a whole, according to the Human Rights Campaign, at least 57 transgender people were murdered last year in the United States. That's compared to 44 from the year before. And Black and brown trans women are most often the victims. For Lucas Wheely, this is personal.
When I got the news, I was extremely heartbroken.
Lucas's friend, Jenny, a transgender woman, was violently murdered last year. Her body was found in Sulphur Springs. Damian Marshall was recently charged with first-degree murder in connection to her death. Lucas has vowed to continue to fight for transgender lives. As for Joy, even though she grew up closeted, that's not her reality anymore. She's a fierce advocate for those in the LGBTQ community. She's happily married and has a son. She says she just wants the trend of acceptance and normalization to continue, especially for children.
It's already so much more normal in those generations than it is in my generation and above, that it's going to be easy for those kids. And I'm so excited for that for them, that they won't have the struggles and the feelings that we had when we had to come out.
And some cool news here to share with you. Joy and her wife Lel will be this year's Grand Marshal couple in Tampa's Pride Parade. Talk about visibility. In Tampa, I'm in-depth reporter Anthony Hill, ABC Action News.
So speaking of the Grand Marshals, which Anthony just talked about, one of them there, what you were watching along the side of his story right there was a jazz band called Jazz Fools, and they were performing in honor of one of the Grand Marshals, Tiffany Middlesex, and she is a local drag legend. And Tyler knew her.
Yeah, absolutely. She was one of the first female impersonators that I actually got to visit and see when I came to Tampa, and one of the first people I actually met in the entertainment world, and she was truly a legend. I mean, she was the mother of all drag queens here in Ybor City. I mean, she was the start of all the other drag queens that you see now, like Joey Brooks and Esme Russell. Tiffany Middlesex was loved by everyone. I mean, she really was.
And you know, that's a pretty huge honor to be an honorary Grand Marshal. And you know, reading through, she had just passed away recently, and also I saw that she had just been at Bradley's recently because they did a show to honor her.
Absolutely, and she died. She was 70. I think she was 73 years old. Tiffany was. So she lived a long life. But, I mean, she lived it. I mean, when I say she lived a long life, she lived a long life. I mean, if you had ever been to Ybor City and been to a club here, a gay club, you know Tiffany Middlesex because she was on every single stage in town.
I feel like there are a lot of icons in Ybor City. I feel like that's a very common thing to hear about.
Absolutely, and it's interesting because, you know, when I first came here and went to my first bar, which was Trax El Goya here in Ybor City, it's interesting to come back and revisit and see, because I live in Sarasota now, but we come and visit in Tampa, and seeing some of the drag queens that I remembered from when I was just a youngster going into Trax El Goya, and they're still out there, out and about. And one of those bars they're out and about at is Show Bar. And at Show Bar on Sundays, Teacup, a.k.a. Mark, who is actually the partner of Carrie from Tampa Pride, he actually serves it up. He's the bartender here on Sundays at Show Bar, so you can see him, and they actually put a show together, and you can see some of those female impersonators and shows that we had back in the day.
That is pretty awesome. You're like a little historian over here.
I don't know about that, but I know a little bit about the gay culture here.
Oh, we love that. So right now, if you're just joining us, you are watching Tampa Pride Live. The parade is happening on 7th Avenue right behind us. We're in the Centro Ybor area, say that 5 times fast, and we have a great view. We're seeing everyone pretty much stop in that crosswalk behind us, so it's fabulous to see. And
absolutely.
You know, what a great day for Pride.
I mean, beautiful. The weather, the wind. I mean, it's a little windy, but it's not too windy. We get just enough.
We're going to get something whipping up, and the papers are going to go flying.
I know, just as I say that, right. But we're feeling prideful up here. We got our Pride flags, and we're doing it up here, doing it good, and doing it big.
Yes, we are. And we're starting to see some of the Grand Marshals come through, which is really cool. There are several of them.
By the way, do you hear the train?
Yes, I do.
Is the train going to actually come right through Ybor City?
Fingers crossed, no.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yes, we're seeing a lot of people. We are hearing the train. It is a fabulous day here in Ybor City for the Pride Parade. So some more of the Grand Marshals. You know, there is, we just heard from Bill Knuff, who is the trailblazer. He was one of the Grand Marshals. Also, Dick Greco, former mayor of Tampa. He is one of the Grand Marshals as well. And like you heard in Anthony's piece just a few minutes ago, we also have the Grand Marshal couple, Joy Winheim and her partner. And these are all people in this gay community that have really made a difference and really helped bring the community to where it is right now. So we're seeing them all walk through, and I love this float that's coming up behind us.
He's also a Grand Marshal as well.
Yes, he is.
He'll be coming through here shortly.
Yes, he is. I love this float right here. So we've got some Jeeps coming up.
I see some bubbles and some beads.
You know, I do remember the bubbles last year. I think they came a little bit later, but there were a lot.
And I remember they
bubbles.
Floated way up on us.
Yes.
We're a little sticky getting out of here. Listen to that crowd roar. They're prideful.
And this is really one of the first pride parades in the country, which is pretty awesome that, you know, we're Tampa Bay, so we got to do it.
You know,
Tampa Bay
it's
with pride.
interesting. I definitely would say Tampa is the mecca of all the prides. There's so many people that come here that I have actually spoke to today before I came upstairs here that actually is from different areas. New York City, Fort Lauderdale, they all come here. We're like the mecca of the pride.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I think that Tampa's kind of just the hub of Florida, I would say. I mean,
We like to say that
the prides
anywhere.
here are just really, really big here.
All right, so here we go. Here are more of the Grand Marshals. That's Bill Knuff right there. Also, that is a unicorn tube. Is that?
I don't know what that is.
Or are my eyes? Nope. Yes, that is a unicorn.
Oh, it is a
pool
unicorn.
Tube. Pool. Yeah. Huh.
It might be a prideful unicorn.
I love it.
Perhaps a gay unicorn.
I love it. And Bill was great. He's also the president of the Gay Men's Chorus of Tampa Bay, which also will be coming up eventually. Hopefully we'll get to hear from them.
I wonder if we're going to get to see your favorite float like we did last year. Do you know which one I'm talking about?
I do. We'll just have to stay tuned for that. All right, we got the former mayor, Dick Greco, right there. Oh, well, actually, nope, this is Eric Hyman. Again, with the unicorn. Former Mayor Greco already passed. Eric Hyman, though, he is actually a triple threat. He is a singer, he is a songwriter.
Oh, wow.
Plays guitar and piano. He has a hit single called Local Gay Bookstore, and it's all about like promoting safe spaces with the LGBTQ community.
Interesting. Good to know. In case you needed someone to come and sing at a party, right?
And I really think we need a pool now with all of these pool floats. Are they okay or not? Never mind. The look I'm getting off camera. But so right now we're seeing all the Grand Marshals come through on the Jeeps. Pretty decked out. Again, this is going down 7th Avenue. It's about 7 blocks. Just listen into the crowd. So many people. All right, so what's your favorite part of just being at a Pride Parade?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I
would
ask
probably
the
just,
tough questions,
You know,
I know.
you do, and I'd like the thrill of the crowd because it kind of gets you going. You know, it kind of gets you going where you get that energy and makes you want to dance, which you know something about, right?
Guys, Tyler's really trying to get me to dance here.
Look, they're dancing there.
They are. You can't even help yourself. We're getting about like 3 different songs though in this vicinity, so I don't know which song to dance to. More Grand Marshals coming up. Actually, one that just passed us that's right in front of this float is Metro Inclusive Health, and they're one of the Grand Marshals as well. They are a community partner, and it's a really important organization. And we also did a story on it. It's really helping a lot of people in the LGBTQ community.
And again, they do counseling, testing, treatment for HIV.
With a lot of health needs.
Right.
Which is, you know, it's great to see those organizations in the parade as well.
Yeah, and they've actually been here for over 30 years. 30 years they've been in the Bay Area. I mean, you know, there was a time at Tampa Bay when we had some of the highest HIV numbers in the county, but that's expected to be very different soon. Look at him dance. Can you do that dance?
No.
Oh, look. Oh, he was getting down. Getting down. Now that's a fun float.
All right, so right now you are watching some of the Grand Marshals come through on their Jeeps. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back with more Tampa Pride 2022.